These insane gaming setups will inspire you to improve yours. This is Stefan's setup. He's a 35-year-old out of Portland, Oregon. He works in technology and uses setup for gaming and work. His old setup had a PC and a small IKEA desk in the living room. I started building the setup in March 2021 after moving. His setup has consistently evolved over the last 2 years. Love the cable management too. He's inspired to build it, and he fell in love with PC gaming in 2020. I built a setup using money from work and as well as content on the side. Nice. Just right off of the bat, like just straight up first impressions, it just got that wow factor, right? Like the nanoliths and how much lighting there is, just like flash bangs you on the way into the site, like into the setup, right? I like the personality on the pegboards as well. Like you can tell he likes Star Wars a lot. And then you look at the whole setup, it's like symmetry to the max, which I like a lot. You got the 2 speakers, 1 item on each side, the nanoleaf lines to go underneath and over. It's really, really clean. It's just overboard. Like it's way overkill. Like I feel like this much lighting is insane. But the keyboard and mouse combo looks really clean too. Like the mouse mat with the white keyboard and white mouse. I like that a lot. But the PCs also looks really, really clean too. I mean, it's very run of the mill. I think that's an H5 Flow with some lighting in it, which is really, really clean. There's not really like anything I can complain about. Like they even look at the cable management, dude. There's not a cable in sight besides this one. I mean, this is really, really clean. I mean, it's a really hard rate. I can't lie. This is really hard to rate. You know, chat, I say I would rate this probably a solid 10. Honestly, I don't really see anything wrong with this setup, and it has a decent amount of personality in it. Good cable management, good lighting. It's just insane. Like just overall. All right, the next one is by Edward. Edward. He's 17 years old, out of Quebec, Canada. Okay. It mainly uses setup for gaming, work, and content. The old setup was extremely cluttered and messy. Started building it setup in October 2022. And it took him around 2 months to put it all together. He mainly bought the setup for money he used from working FQA testing and other work. He built the setup on his own, and his dad helped him with the desk. So looking at this setup, I believe this guy has submitted before. I could be wrong. I don't know. It's been a while. The window is kind of interesting. To me, this just seems like a studio type of setup where like someone's in the room making music and like this guy's on the outside, you know, like doing something. And then like here, I just don't like the red wall. I think the red wall just kind of ruins the whole vibe that he's got going, right? He's got this black and white with wood and white aesthetic going on, and then you just have a red wall. It's like super random. And then like you've just got like all these cables right here. Like look at the cable management, chat. Oh my goodness. Keyboard and mouse combo, not bad. I mean, I personally hate the super light. The super light's honestly bad. PC's pretty clean. Yeah, I agree. Also, the cable management's like you try it on this side, but the other side you just forgot about. Like, so honestly, it's not bad. I don't know. I feel like the cable management ruins the setup for me. And then like the red wall too. In my opinion, and what I think is there's not really a lot of personality. There's really not much to it. I would say it's probably a solid 6. Not a lot of personality, but it's got the stuff. It just doesn't have the organization, cable management, and personality. That's just my opinion though. All right, the next one is by Braven. He's a 15-year-old out of Oahu, Hawaii. It mainly uses setup for gaming and work. His old setup had an Xbox and a single monitor, so he's upgraded to a PC. He's inspired to build the setup by GutzyAiden and TechSource, and he started building the setup around a year ago. It's taken him around 5 years to save up and 5 hours to build it. I built the setup by using money working for his dad. But yeah, but looking at the setup, I mean, I really like the orange touch to this. I don't know if it's just me, but whenever I see like plain brown and black setups with like hints of white and hints of orange, I think of like just a really nice vibe to it. But I feel like you did really good with the space that you had. Like the PC fits perfectly. The monitor is right perfectly on the PC. And then like, you know, the other monitor is right here. It's like perfect. I feel like the way you organize the setup is honestly really good. I mean, honestly, for kind of a more budget sided setup, I mean, this is really, really clean. Like the PC's kind of budget, but it works for what he's doing, you know? For his age and like for him building like such a nice setup like this, honestly, I would give this a solid like 8.5. Like just like the way he organized his space and like did what he could within the space he's got. I mean, it's pretty damn solid. This setup is by Lyndon, 20-year-old from Australia. I mainly use this setup for gaming and studying. His old setup had a super slow laptop and a single monitor. He's inspired to build his gaming setup by Setup Wars and GutzyAiden. He started building all this 2 years ago, and he recently finished it. He built this setup by saving up his monies. Off the bat, I was kind of like looking at this and trying to understand what's going on in this setup. He's got 2 laptops, 2 monitors, and a PS5. I'm confused why you spent money on 2 laptops when you could have just combined the money and then bought a PC. Like, unless you don't want to like go PC gaming, but I don't know. It's interesting. It's just very interesting. Like looking at the laptops, I mean, he did a pretty good job. Yeah, I just wonder how your workflow is in this. Like, I feel like it's just very unorganized. This laptop just seems pointless unless like this is your main and this is your schoolwork. It's just really weird. Overall, I'd probably rate this a solid like 5 out of 10 or a 5.6 out of 10. I like the lighting. I like the personality in the setup. I just feel like there's too much going on. But overall, it looks really clean. Thank you for submitting, and we'll move on to the next setup here. Parker. Oh shit. This is Parker Burton's setup. Let's take a look. 23-year-old out of Missouri. He mainly uses this setup for content and gaming. His old setup had a black and white theme. He was inspired to build it by numerous people by Danny Bartok. Yeah, that's who inspired him to build this desk as well. He started building this setup about 4 months ago. Yeah, the setup has taken him around 2 to 3 days to build completely. He builds the setup by using money and from work from content. His brother and his friend helped me with building the desk. Let's be real, chat. This is a beautiful setup. This is beautiful, right? Like there's like it's functional. It's clean. You got to get him a GutzyAiden mouse pad for real, but it's clean. You know, like I just think that everything in the setup just matches. And I like that he built his own like holders and stuff that holds all of his devices. It's just cool. The cable management, let's talk about this too. He did a really good job. Raceways, power, like everything just looks super organized. And then like when we look at the actual setup, right? I just love how he added such like minimal hints to everything, like the lighting, the camera setup. Like he can just open up OBS and then hit record and all of his TikToks are done. Isn't that crazy? Like I just like where his camera placement is. His mic is right here. Everything is just super done well. But overall, Parker, I think you did a great job on your setup, by the way. Like just like the lighting, the background of your videos, all of that, really solid. Anyway, moving on from the setup though. The next setup is by Arthur. He's 11 years old from Texas. He mainly uses the setup for school and gaming. This is his first gaming setup. He's inspired to build it by Low and TechSource. Okay. And he started building the setup in late 2021. It took him around 2 years to completely build it all. I built the setup by saving up money and mowing lawns. Anyway, looking at the setup, I mean, space is kind of tough. The space is kind of tough to work in. You know, I think he kind of did with what he had in this area, right? But it's kind of tough to like build a complete setup like this in the way that he's trying to build it in this area. The mic placement's actually pretty good too. He knew that he didn't have space on the bottom of the desk, so he mounted it lower. So it kind of just like curves and like goes in the right spot where he needs it. I mean, and I don't know what PC's running this, if I'm honest. I don't know. I don't know where the PC is. Maybe it's like down here. Yeah, the PC's also really nice. For 11 years old, this is really insane. Yeah, honestly, I'd probably rate this a 6.5. I think chat's right on the nose with this. Really solid setup. Moving on to Evan's setup. He's 13-year-old out of Michigan. He mainly uses setup for gaming, Discord, and YouTube. He's inspired to build it by Tech Talk, TechSource, Low, etc. I started building this setup in September 2021. It took him around 1 year to build it completely. He built this setup from Christmas money and birthday money. But look at the, okay, chat, what the hell is going on? Chat, what the hell is going on here? No, chat, this is bad. He could, oh my, bro, you could put your mouse at the top right of your mouse pad and it would go down. It would literally, it's not the angle of the picture, chat. It's the desk. It's the desk, I swear. I think the biggest thing you need is a new desk, man. I think it's time for a new desk. You have literally everything else but a new desk. Your personality's great. Your color scheme is a good color scheme. I don't know how bro is aiming. Literally gonna aim like this. You're gonna be playing like this, right? You know, this is a normal person. Oh, guys, don't worry, I got him. Bro, like what the fuck? Yeah, but looking at this, I mean, it's a beautiful like setup, you know, overall. I just think you need a new desk, just maybe a new tabletop, honestly. Maybe it's warped, maybe like you put something wrong or something. I don't know, but overall the personality is great. Mic arm is great. I really think that like he just needs a new desk. I think that's really it. Everything else is really nice. Personality is great. Controller drift on keyboard and mouse. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. This next setup is by Joshua. He's 37 and from Northern Colorado. He's in retired federal law enforcement and he uses a setup for gaming. His old setup has a pretty bad pre-built cyber-powered PC. He's inspired to build this setup and he used the game a ton as a teen. I started building the setup within his custom PC in 2021. It took him around a year to build it all, and he built the setup using financial planning and saving up money. So looking at the setup, I mean, the setup got the TIE Fighter, like middle monitor, double vertical. It looks like he also like has a camera here for some reason. I'm not sure, maybe like Zoom calls or something like that. He's retired now, it looks like. So looking at the setup though, it looks like he plays like COD and maybe he streams, but overall it looks really clean. I think you did a great job with like your monitor placement, and the things on your desk look great too. And the new PC you built looks good too. The room is where I don't know. Like it seems like the personality is like all over the place, you know? Like it seems like a lot of like the personality in the room, I don't know. It just seems like overbearing. You know what I'm saying, chat? Just seems like everything's in one corner, and then everything else is kind of everywhere else. I don't know. Chat, I don't know what I'd rate this. I'd probably rate this like a solid, like just based off of the setup and the, like the peripherals and stuff like that. I'd probably rate this like a solid 7 out of 10. Yeah, it's all right. It's pretty good.